This week for Ask a Yoga Question. Question 1. Do you have any tips for coming into fish pose? I have an old low back injury that flares up very badly every time I come into fish pose. My yoga instructor says that fish pose is a very gentle back bend, but I don't have the same problem with other poses like crescent, moon, or plow. I'm not sure if I'm doing anything wrong, so I'd appreciate some insight into this matter. Thanks. I think the trick here is to visualize the chest lifting up and getting really, really long in the whole front body. Even though your back is rounding, you want to make sure not to crunch the spine at all. The first one is to lie down on your mat. Bring your feet towards your hips. Press into your feet to lift your pelvis up and slide your hands underneath. And then come back down with the pelvis. Keep your elbows and forearms close to the body. And then visualize a string tied around your chest that's lifting you up. So your back is kind of arcing. Bring the top of the head onto the mat, and then bring your legs out. And get as long as you can as you breathe in and out. The second way, and this is a little bit more challenging, is to keep your hands by your side. Press into the forearms, and again, visualize that string lifting your chest up. Use your core. Activate the legs. Press the big toe mounds together and spread the toes. Lift the arms out. Interlace the fingers and release the index fingers and the thumbs. Breathe. And then gently release the same way you went in. Question 2. I started yoga a couple months ago and I'm really enjoying it. I sometimes feel as a beginner though that I'm surrounded by pictures of expert yogis doing complicated poses and I have no idea how to get there. What sort of poses can I start incorporating into my practice to improve and move on to a more advanced level? We'll be really careful about equating complicated poses with advanced yoga practice. Some of the most advanced yogis that I know just stick with really basic stuff. Yoga is so much more than just the poses, has a deep spiritual side to it, and requires a lot of discipline. So don't worry about what anybody else is doing, just focus on your own practice. That being said, I really like, especially on Instagram, to see what other yoga people are doing. And it's a really good way to get inspired and to spice up your yoga practice. Today I'm going to show you how to do a really cool arm balance that looks a little bit more complicated than it is. So to start, bring your legs straight. Bend your right knee. Bring your right foot over your left leg. Bring your right toes to the left. Feels a little awkward, don't worry. Bring your left hand in line with your hip and set it down on the mat. Then bring the arm away from you and to your left. Then bring your right arm in front of your right shin and grab hold wherever is comfortable, either on the left shin or the bottom of the left foot. When you're ready, look forward, press into the right foot and the left hand. Use your core, lift yourself up, bring the chest down and hip up. Bend the left elbow, look forward, use your core, press evenly into the right foot, press out of the bottom of the left foot and breathe. When you're ready, release and come over to the other side. So we bend the left leg, left foot to the other side of the right leg, left toes to the right, right hand in line with the right hip, then bring the hand out and to the right. Bring your left arm in front of your left shin, grab hold of the right shin or the right foot. Lift the leg, look forward, press evenly into the foot and the hand, chest down, leg up. Use your core. Press out of the bottom of the right foot, spread the toes, press evenly into the left foot, press evenly into the right hand, and then slowly come down. I've been doing yoga for a while now and I really struggle with downward facing dog. My legs feel really tight and short and I can't straighten them at all. Over time it is becoming gradually easier, although it feels like a millimeter at a time, but I was wondering if there are any other poses I can do to help my legs relax and straighten. So the trick to downward facing dog is to really lengthen the hamstrings, and you also want to improve flexibility in the shoulders so that you can keep pressing the mat away. The more you press the mat away, the more your hips will come back and then your legs will hopefully lengthen. So here's what you can do for that. Start by coming onto all fours, then lift up into your downward facing dog, and then quickly walk your hands back. Grab opposite elbows for ragdoll pose. Let your head hang free. With each inhale, think about lengthening the spine. With each exhale, melt a little bit more forward. And then you just kind of want to stay here for at least 7 to 10 to 15 breaths. Go really gently on yourself. And if you need a break, come down into child's pose. But you really want to concentrate on lengthening the hamstrings and melting the upper body over the legs. For the next pose, you want to come into all fours and then take the right foot forward. Come up onto your fingertips. Press the left toes into the mat, and on your next inhale, extend the right leg. You want to think about pulling your right hip back and then melting your stomach over the tops of your thighs. So don't think so much about your head getting towards your knee or anything. In fact, keep your upper body light and lifted, your chest open, and with each exhale, you want to think about melting down the stomach towards the thighs. You'll feel it right in your right hamstring, and maybe breathe for 5 to 7 breaths and then take it over to the left side. The next pose I'm going to show you will help with shoulder flexibility. So take your feet hip distance apart, bend your knees, and then interlace your fingers behind your back. If you can't do this, if it's too much for you, just grab hold of your forearms or your elbows or wherever you can, or use a yoga strap. Let your head go. Bring your palms pressing together. Lift your shoulders away from your ears and intend to straighten the legs. With each exhale, bring your arms back a little bit more, but be really mindful here. Always stay within a pain-free range. And then breathe 5 to 7 deep breaths here, and then release. This pose will help to open up your shoulders and chest and will aid in pushing the mat away in downward facing dog. You can follow me on Twitter at Yoga by Candice or join in on the conversation at facebook.com/yogabycandice.